Hi. Popping on a few minutes early. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if it's your first time. I got the music playing. Hopefully it's not overshadowing me. I don't have much to say yet. I'm going to let Spirit does. It's been a busy day, so I'm just going to allow a minute or two to reset the energy and let Spirit do the talking, realign the frequencies. So we have clear messages, pretty please. So nice out. It's really hot out today. Super hot. Kind of like volcanic heat. I had lots of volcano visions in the last, and the wind's blowing. Actually, whoa. That was interesting. All right. So green and gold. Can you see that? Green and gold dragon from Sirius. I hope you're all having a good day. It's a little crazy energy. I pop on definitely when it gets super intense. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Woo, woo, and the green dragon's been coming up a lot actually lately. Work with me, internet. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter. Ooh. And I was laughing because I just have a volcano, right? And then all the cards just flopped out of my hands like plah. Yeah. So, so it was like volcano, right word. In the volcanoes, it's like boil. That's like veins, the blood of the blood, the red blood of. Knocking me off. Spirit got mad messages, so you know when Spirit's out to play and say, so is the devil. Hey. 4:44. 4 minutes and 44 seconds. What time is it? 4:33. See, maybe it's just because where I was standing. So yeah, the volcano. I just want to go back to this real quick. Purification. That's cool. The sun's coming right on it too. That's pretty badass. Serious. um. So yeah, volcano, when the coal comes up from underground, right? It's like the rock that's breaking off from the internal walls of the volcano, which is all like, I think, black tourmaline and all these, crystal. Hear the music, right? It's like, how the organ is in the church, I guess, like the different stacks. Right? So it's like different pipes. Oh, Pied Piper, Pan, right? Pandemic and the Pied Piper, Peter Pan and the Pied. Fuck. Now Mercury was in Virgo. It was supposed to be nice and detailed and all. Fuck. I'm like, deep. Cheapers. So when the coal rises up, right, just like in the ocean, Aphrodite foam, right, the cream rises to the top. So the birdies like the music too. So that the coal rises to the top, right, and the diamonds floats up. So just because things can seem scary, right? Like, ooh, volcano. And listen, Earth is moving and shifting and migrating, right? Earth itself, Gaia, is migrating and evolving, right? So we're all migrating along with her. It's a whole galactic ascension, migration, right? A new paradigm, right? That we're raising the vibration into a higher level of being. Not we're better than or worse than or any other. It's like on the top floor than the bottom floor. Some people like to live in the basement. It just depends, right? Sometimes, we like to be on top, and sometimes we like to be like underground, or we don't mind being on the whatever floor, second floor, third floor, right? The little blanket's blowing away. It's super hot, but the wind keep blowing, and sorry, I'm moving around so much. Oh, I guess, what do you really care? Anyhow, so it looks like I have better reception when I sit down on the ground and stuff. So I think I might migrate down to the ground, down to the bottom floor. Black dragon from Saturn also, right? We got. So I'll show you quick before I move. Brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Now, you ain't kidding. And now look really quickly too. Do you see this dragon? He's like on the outer skirts of the rings of Saturn, where the boundaries are. So when we're telling Saturn to like chill out and come inside and just relax, that's like Saturn, Mars, Uranus, right? It's like we're telling them that what they're doing is wrong and they shouldn't be where they are. And that's not what we're saying. It's like, hey, we just want you to take a break and like remember to come home, right? Because if you're not home, someone else is going to try to take your house. Yeah. And we want everybody to be right in their places. Not, you don't want to be in your place. I mean, yeah, it's like if 9 minutes and 11 seconds in, as I said that, right? It's like in a sense, right? Because it's like if we're trying to make sure everyone's accounted for, we don't want and we don't want to lose anyone or any part of anyone, right? So it can be real uncomfortable, or like when mom tells you to come inside and you're out playing and you're like, oh, mom, right? It's kind of like that. And your mom's like, come on, we got to go, And it's like, in the 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes. So we give you 5 more minutes and we let you play 5 more minutes. But now when we say it's time to go, you still give us a hard time. And it's like, well, it's about to storm, or it's about, right, we really got to go now, or we have somewhere to be. It doesn't really matter. It's just we have to go, and you need to, right, listen. to what the fuck Holy Spirit and the Father are saying, right? Holy Spirit's talking real fucking loud, and so is Father, right? Say Father, universe, the universal Father, and Father, right? Sky is it's kind of tricky there, right? Because it's like Uranus is in the middle of two butt cheeks, right? And there's three suns that we see during the day, and the black sun at night that goes down underground and goes away, right? Just like the Anunnaki or the ancient elders, etc. from before. Everything mimics, right, a longer period of cycles. Now these different clocks and cycles and systems that are all blending and coming together, and it's motherfucking messy, which is what we call the VVVV word, right? And it's also, right, one gets split into two. Well, I'm getting this as we're going, right? One gets split into two, and then we say twin towers, and then two become one. Freedom. But you don't go back into like the body you split from. That's a right Adam and Eve, two bubbles split as twin flames or twin flames. So that right. Wait. Those are parallels. Twin flames are on the parallel universe of the Adam and Eve. That's what the fuck. Nice guy. um, so right, and then we have the parallels, and then there's so many different. Earth and water dragon creates the foundation for new growth, and in order to have new foundation, we have to move away from the old, right, or tear the old down. Like if I'm gonna, I think I just stepped on barefoot out here. It wasn't glass; it was a piece of rock that was sharp like a piece of glass, though. Stuck right in my foot. Meow. Oh, funny too. My right calf has been hurting. And my cephalopods. Okay, something else we need to all speak about, and I'm gonna start doing videos on this. I gotta do a little more research, and we'll play as we go. I have books on like DNA keys, and we're gonna start talking about look at the word diet, right? DIET, DET, right? And DIDET, the ET, or die, DIE, it's 441, 144 backwards, 144s. And backward, what was I just saying? Yeah, die, it, and then die with a T with the cross, like die, Jesus. So depending on your diet, food for thought, right? Thoughts are things and thoughts are food. What we eat, we are what we eat. So it should be slow down. A video I did yesterday, I think yesterday. Yo, I pulled the slow and steady or slow down, slow down, slow down. That card came out like 4 times, 5 times in like 4 different decks. Multiple times it kept coming out, and the turtle and the snail and all right. So it's a really, when we feel high anxiety, we want to right move. We want to get out of the position we're in. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. We want to run, right, like a bug. If you come in with a can of raid, or you go after a fly, they hang out and sit there. As soon as you go they're like, haha, whoop, right? So they're like, you ain't gonna catch me. We can feel like that, right? And we want to fly away like the fly. So it's important to, in those moments, learn chaos of illusion. Okay, both ways. These are important tools to remember and continue to remember. And the best you can, try to remain neutral, because everything that is appearing is not what it seems. 14 minutes and 41 seconds, and I said 14 minutes 44. So yeah, again, a lot of say the space age beings and the Matrix guys and the reptilian and Anunnaki, they're like, fairy tales ain't real, fairy tales don't exist. Again, this is like the Santa Claus M&M commercial. It's like, they do exist. Oh, he does exist. And they all pass out. And I think that's what happened to us originally. That's why we all got inoculated to sleep, because it was like, holy shit, there's all these other things. And it's like, I was here first. Wait, that, listen, there's another. Chill out. Stop. You people are not. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's motherfuckers. Me is like, there's a place for I don't know what's going on now. This says 20 minutes in. Hi, everybody. I don't know. I don't know if the other thing was like 40 over an hour. It said it stopped recording. This one, anyhow, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. We're back now. Back online. Hopefully, that's a good sign. Dissolving all that no longer serves us and that's hanging on us and strangling us like a nasty strangling vine, right? Growing up out of the ground and stratum vines. And now that, like, it's like, hey, that kind of hurts. So when something hurts, it's important we speak up and say no. If something doesn't feel good or comfortable, that's not a fully special. There's benefits to going through all these experiences. So, have experience I'm having, you got to ask yourself these questions. It's like, am I having this experience because I have to, because there's a lesson I need to learn here? This is a karmic lesson or a soul contract, or, right? Or dot, 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 right? And, right, no weapon shall prosper against me or my kind or my bloodline. And so it is in any form, in any realm, between any space and time, or on any line or vine, or in any current or a wave or of air, etc., etc. So there, so there. Damn. And all of the above and below and within and without, because we say it's so, and so it is. And that's our biz. So stay the fuck out. It's like, hey, if your house or your business or like, look, my car, right? The, well, the car I drive, it's actually Jojo's car, but I'm kind of the driver. Driving Miss Daisy, crazy. And that's something I actually want to talk about too. It's like when people have these great expectations, right? Of because of a name and a label, that's what you or me or whoever we expect to then do, right? Well, you're the girl or you're the wife or you're a chef, you know how to do that, or you're the woman of the house, so you for all the dirty laundry, clean laundry, everything else is of everybody else's. And there's a difference between and having responsible care of and so many power comes great responsible for others, I would say, is a responsibility. And all mothers and in some sense or another. So, soldiers and they go a family. You can't take a family into war or on tour, right? In a situation of Are we back? My goodness. Okay. So let's see how long we last this time. Oh, we're going to keep it coming no matter what. NMW. So, okay. So, I got cut off. Uh, bring back my body to me. Uh, bear with me. I want to get back to what I was saying. Well, I got brought back to unfully, right? Think of pictures, negative and positive. We're developing, okay, it's a flash. And with out of an aluminum can run. And the flash is marker, right? Oh gosh, the flash. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't ever say it in that context. I swear. Not even right. So, got bumped off again. Sirens. So, in part two, remember Ursula because she was so. They keep knocking me off this video. Choppy waters, muddy waters, cheapers. So Morgana can represent the antimatter, is what I was saying. Or the fun guy that where my physical body is standing on top of. I'm able to move around, right? There's a magnet underground, way in the middle of the earth, right? Hollow earth, Agartha. And then we have one way above, and then we have one that's way below. So depending on, and then one on either side, right? So now we know. So it depends which star system we come from, and we're naturally gravitated magnetically, right? We're gravitated toward where we're from. So as we've been traveling through space and time, right? As bodies of light, water, light, right? Stars, right? Light years. Oh, I hope I'm not covering that. We've been traveling light years, right? Dreaming. row, row your boat. We've been rowing our boat in our sleep while we've been walking around unconsciously like the Walking Dead zombies, right? In human form, learning our right human form, and we've had our human experience in many forms and ways, and all different. And then I'm scared to go back and sit where the heck I was sitting. Sit right here for now. And then we have your emotional body that you've been experiencing as a human, your mental faculties, right, that build up and get stored up and go up into the cloud, just like how our phone, right? We have iCloud uploaded to my computer and wherever else they go in the right airwaves and streams, right? And through the currents. So just as we're awakening, and trust me, I know how motherfucking hard it is, right? To woosah and breathe. And then there's everybody's a different position here, right? It's just like, right, if you're with, right, say your lover, or how many different lovers have you had? And you're not going to always want to be in the same position if you're intimate, right? Sexually, I'm talking, right? Or in any other way. Like, do you always want them to drive? It's like in the 50s, right? The man took care of the household and chivalry and always opened the door. And let me just say, that's still very nice. And I still very much enjoy that being done for me, you know? But I also hold the door for somebody, whether they're a man or a woman or motherfucking anybody, right? So if I see someone coming behind me, it's like I hold the door, right? Do to others as you would like done to you. Right? I don't know how like, yeah, that's not so hard. And sometimes we're in our own world and we're having a moment, and it's like, listen, again, be more patient with self too, where we're at. This always fucks me up, the freaking camera angles. Sorry, I'm horrible with this reverse angles stuff. Oh. It's really frustrating. Left or right, where it's like, okay, so that actually is important. I was talking about the magnets before that too. So depending on where you are from, right, divinity, spark, the universe is inside the universe. The whoa, 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 whoa. I don't even know where I got cut off again, but the universe, you. Please stop cutting me off. Ones that like to throw apples. We just make applesauce. We'll just clear the energy for a sec, because, like I said in the title, I was listening to Dave Matthews, so I was kind of titling it after that, right? So much to say. I was like, please, Spirit, give me a title. So they did. So Spirit does. I asked and I received. And what we when we say what we need, we do. And a lot of us withhold because so many have been using so many, right, spells, words, unconscious, blah, 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 thoughts and feelings that just get thrown out all over the place. So again, like us, like mothers, and we do the same. Like we're human too, and we deserve to be able to acknowledge our feelings and like also come into our divinity and like sexuality or sensual self and be able to feel all those things, right? Without, right? Because there's a lot of contradictory stuff, and it's okay because it's like, this is just what everybody's used to. Big difference between a mother and a daughter, right? And then not. As they get older, they become very similar, and yet they're very, still have their individuality. So when we say that we're all one, we are all one, and we can all tune into all these different frequencies that we're in, but then also keep your individualism by, right, because you've gotten to experience so many either lifetimes, and right, some have been here longer than others. Some of us have really just arrived within the last, right, I don't really know, so I don't want to like, because it's like for me, I'm kind of we're walking into one another's worlds, right? Right. So our timelines are way different, right? It's like if you're driving your car, and I'm in Connecticut, but if I drive to Vermont, radio stations go in and out and change frequencies and change names and the kind of music that they play, right? As I'm traveling along my way. So we're going to have different frequencies and vibrations and right, radio stations. What was it? Who, I forget. I don't know if it was Tesla or who said that. Radio, not soap. Ponder that one in the pond instead of trying to look for fish. Just chew on that for a while, like some cud. Moo. Right. So we have to incorporate, see, I play around a lot because metaphysics, we incorporate animal kingdom, mineral kingdom, etymology, vibration, sound, science, physics, spirituality, mathematics, numerology, astrology, astronomy, uh, nursery rhymes, right? Rhymey time. Because we love to make motherfucking music. Everything's vibration. So, ooh, I got a good one too. So the story of Job, or who Job is, or right, why would God let the devil torture Job? And if Job blamed witches and the devils for working together, the only reason for this, let me be an instrument of peace, says St. Francis prayer. Meow. Saying sometimes we need to use like rhymey time and silly shit, very strenuous. It can feel right. What's the saying too? I have no fear even though I walk through the valley in the shadow of death. or we could say doubt. So don't have no doubt. If you watch the cartoon movie Hercules, it's like he runs around with the two little cartoon guys. I think Fear and Panic. And those are the two satellites that fly around Mars. One's real, one's artificial. One's organic, one's artificial. Satellite in my eye. So it could be a reflection or a copy. Yeah, obviously. I don't mean to be sarcastic. Spirit made me be. So I don't want to walk that way again. I'm gonna lose my. I'll lose you. I'll lose you. So um. In order, okay, yeah. So I was saying before too, the volcano and like Mars, the blood that's traveling, that's the veins traveling through Gaia or in the ether out in the universe where is darkness and all the cosmos and galaxies and lights and stars and everything is birthed. I asked Father Universe. And Father Universe also, right? Like Grand Capricorn, Granddaddy Cappy, or a seahorse. And seahorse, I believe they can switch back and forth from male to female, but either way, I know that the male, I think, is, I don't know if it's always who births the the babies or just that they're also able, like androgynous creatures, like hermaphrodites, right? Which again is the foam that rises up from the earth, right? The foam, like we were talking about, like volcanic foam coming up like diamonds, right? The sun's like a diamond in the sky, right? And each one is a sun, each one is a star, right? And the sun, whether S-U-N or S-O-N, right, needs a mother. So they're still in the womb or hanging by a thread, right? And some are very afraid of the word dead. Their heads. Oh gosh, the sirens just went off again. Can't make up. And the sirens are like the mermaids, but they lure, right? She's a fisherman, lure into an oblivion, right? To distract. And they can be male or female, right? Black Sabbath used to have, well, they still have it, a song, Fairies Wear Boots, and Jack the Stripper. Hint, hint. Pumpkin Jack. I remember Skeleton Jack wanted to take over Halloween Town, or Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus is Christmas. So he got to experience it because it is fun to have experience, right, of the opposite. But then it's like great, it's like fun to have a sleepover, but then you usually want to go back home at some point, or you may want to move away, and it's like totally fun, but right where your taproot is, you kind of want to go back. It's like home is where the heart is. Home is always home, right? So that we can travel around and have much to see and things to be found. But to go back home and find our heart where we lost it from the very start can also be a very scary thing because it feels like, are we going to be accepted back in, right? But of course we are, and of course you are. You just have to go home. Right? It's like no matter how far or long you're gone, your mom is always going to be happy to see you, and maybe not some, because again, some are right wanted to have a experience in another's shoes or place. So that's not really home. It is. However, you have your very own spot, right? Connect the dots. La 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 la. So that's what we'll be doing. That's what we are doing. That's what we've been doing. Just remember to breathe. Just breathe. And I'm so happy I got to come on and do this, even though it was choppy and I kept getting knocked off. Knocked off like with my socks off. And I am walking around barefoot. And like my physical body's not pregnant presently. However, we are all birthing another body together. One big, huge bubble. Big bubble of consciousness. So we've been dreaming and blowing this bubble for a long time, right? Make it a good one. Because we're waking up. So come gentle into the night. And remember, you are love. And there is no one else but you that can do the things that you do, no matter what. So be that you that you are, which is really far deep inside. And that's where you claim and find your star. That was so cute, Spirit. Thank you for all those little cutie rhymey rhymes. I never sounds like fairies and they're all that's like when we tune in, we get these like amazing little like those are little gifts, right? By being present and now I never know what I'm gonna say or do. I just keep going, right? Just keep swimming, even though it doesn't appear that way to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Somebody else may have lots of judgments because they're looking over, right? Or from under, looking up somebody's, right? Or out or behind. They ain't in the present now, right? Self. And remember that that's all we all are. We just need a little more patience, right? Have patience so that you do not become a patient, right? Listening to some quack, quack, quack. You go get another mother and say, look what happened over there. I can't, blah, blah, blah. I don't, blah, blah, blah. Which again, it's okay that we've had to, again, it's like okay that we've had to go through lots of those sadness things, right? Acknowledge all that. We just don't want to be right crying wolf, especially it's like if I can ride my bike myself or get up and get it myself or do it myself. See, I always kind of have. So learning to let go for us can be a little tricky too, especially as mommies, because we get nervous for you, or right, like my mommy can get nervous for me, right? So even though they may not always seem it, it's like sometimes it's like they've held on so tight and then they finally just have to let go, right? We have to let go. We have to let you go and go learn on your own. We've hopefully given you all the tools that you need, and that's all that we can pray for is that you succeed. So fucking cuties. Thank you, divine grandmamas up there and mamas. that was like a total made me want to cry. Oh. um, told you Spirit had a lot to say. So, and as also, right, high, or, that might be something to look up. They're just different words, right, that we've used throughout the time and the languages that we've adapted to call things, person, places, or things, right? So that we all have some kind of awareness we're just learning to communicate here, right? So I think Martin Luther King said that, right? What we have here is failure to communicate. And I have a dream. And remember too, from Tangled, when they're sitting in the bar and Eugene's such a pain in the ass and he's like fighting with the horse constantly and the little gecko keeps his like um And then they go into the bar and he tries to scare the girl and she's like, woohoo! And she has fun with all the guys and she's like, haven't you ever had a dream? And then they all start playing the piano and singing and dancing and remembering, I had a dream once. So remember your dream because your imagination is your identity. And the devil definitely don't want you to know that. He likes to be lazy and sit in your seat or take over. He's like, so what's that? That's like either brother sibling rivalry, or again, we just got afraid, and so we let him just have it. We let the devil have it, right? So we allowed the negative to take over, precedence over the positive. So when we do that, um, we just have to remember it's like, right, no drunk driving. So it's just being ruled by Algol, that the father star of the devil, like I was saying before about Job, right? You keep blaming the devil, but I believe he's the one at the crossroads that made that deal. He had to have done that, right? God is within you. So whichever way you go is which way your cross goes, right? Your compass. So if you bent your own, if we bent it the other way, we just gotta, right? It's like, oh, I need some help getting back up. Right? Whoop de woo. It size like bounces around all different directions, right? Like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. And then out came the egg or the chicken. What were y'all arguing about? I don't know. All we gotta do is knock the wall down. But it doesn't get built in a day. So we don't have to like bomb it and destroy it all in a day either. It's like take your time going through it like it's your file cabinet of your past lives. Allow what to crumble, and fall away, like what no longer serves me, right? Just let go. You don't even need to know what it is. Because if you don't need it, you don't need to know, right? Right? We don't have to know everything. Just let it go, right? And say, because I say so. Not me, you. You have to say so within yourself. I let go too, right? So that's a good mantra to keep repeating, right? I get what I need and I just keep eating. Like a little piggy. But we're weeing all our way home. Right? By eating only the food that's ours. So again, I was talking about that before with the diet. So the thoughts, the medicine, right? The what we take within the belief system, or the gut feelings that we've allowed, then we would do so normally. Or we just, right? Double backwards spells lived. I say devil's in the details. So, and if God is omnipotent, right? Yeah, that's all knowing. If you know every single move on the chessboard, if you're able to detect and predict and have all awareness, you already figured it all out, right? So any moves at all. We love our cows. I know there's cows are sacred. And then white buffalo calf woman and the big black bull and like black bull sun. Won't you come and wash away the rain? And Yo, okay, I got knocked off again, and I'm like, oh, sure. Please stay nice. I don't have to ask twice. So, okay, lately there's I keep hearing the locust, and there's been lots of grasshoppers around and lots of frogs at my and the locusts are all here. Last night I heard them so loud, and it was like all only for like a little while, and then they stopped. And I was like, what? Like they were so loud, and it was still before like the sun had set that they stopped making their song. So I just want to show you. Hopefully I can. I should have reversed the dang camera. Am I able to do that? Let me see. Oh, sorry. I had my middle finger up at you in the screen there. I didn't mean it. Now ready? Oh, so that was my pointer now. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm so excited. Please stay nice. Look how beautiful. So I was like singing black. It's beautiful. So yeah. Ooh. Oh, there's the shadow. Yeah. Confronting our shadows. Interesting. I'm going to just actually leave that as I close out because obviously there was a reason for that one, right? So there's the black hole sun, or when we're afraid of our shadow, right? Chosen ones, we can only see our shadow when there is light from the sun or from a lamp that we have to put on, which we call at night, right? Me. So right now it's 5:28 p.m. Right? So now we're gonna gather all our little children, and those are the ones within ourselves, right? And there's 72 um right demons or titans within us all. That's an important number too. But that's within, right? Intergalactic planetary. So now I'm gonna let the shadow go behind me. um so I'm still learning here. Righty, right? Um, so, so cool. He's still chilling. Oh, I think I'm back. No. Oh. Oh, I just had to come back on so I could actually disconnect from the live stream presently, taking any. So I so thank you to me with your present and hit the little belly bell so you can get notified. But we're starting to clear those things out, right? Just all the stuff up, right? It's like also if the only disease is discord, or the only disease biochemistry wise is the compromisation of the mucous membrane, right? If we have sinus allergies or we eat something and you're gonna notice if you start to eat certain things in your diet, our nose gets running, right? A running stream, okay? Or we have a tummy ache and we can have some bathroom and we have the great diarrhea. Diarrhea. So not the most pleasant, but it's part of us, right? So we may not like to go there. So usually, right, like handle with care. Then I try to not eat things that make me feel like that. But sometimes we can't, like, right, avoid that. And we're like, ugh. Or we have a plan to go out somewhere. And it's like, well, now plans have changed, right? So sometimes we don't always got control of what the fuck is gonna happen. We do our best to like right travel along, and then sometimes there's traffic, or sometimes we don't feel well, or sick, or somebody else does, because either we were thinking and feeling yucky, so that made our body right start to glitch and morph out and feel in a lower vibration, right? So we ate some shit, yeah, rabbit ears in quotes. That's all. We just gotta take care of it, or give ourselves some time and space to feel better, right? It's like when we don't feel good when we're little, it's like, Mom, I don't feel good, right? What do we need? Our mom, our back rubs, or if we're mom, we do that. Cuddle, sing a song, right? If we're scared, can you read me a story? Right? That's who we are, right? With your imagination. I love all these. I was like, what's up, Mercury? It kept like messing me all up. I'm like, Mercury and Virgo is supposed to be like this. Clear. Like you guys are the grounder people. We keep albatross. We get Knox fumble. Coming for landing. Watch out. Stay clear. Or question, but I come to find throughout time that that's, you know, I forget my, right? We forget our frames and we're allowed. Mm. So that we remember to eat, so we getting crazy into that. So, and then okay, maybe sexually. Nope. Jeepers. Stop it. It just keeps swimming. Is right. I can get a little twisty and dark, aggravating, and full of fury when we're working with Saturn, Uranus, Mercury, and Mars. So I just want a little. So we use all these things at all times, and we're just not always conscious. It's like when we start driving, we don't know what we're doing, and we can get nervous. And or when we're teaching someone to drive, yeah, or allowing someone to drive our car, or right, somebody use something of ours, like right, we can get nervous. So we can act out, even though we beep confirmation. Even though we totally love that person and like trust and want, right? We want, but we're scared to let go, or we're scared to allow them, so we have to, and it's like, okay. So we're fighting, right? Our feelings. Yeah. Um, we're trying to allow the storm to calm down so that we are able to let go with grace and ease so that we don't cause disruption and chaos, right? And like, sneeze. Shua. Bless ya, or bless ya. I don't have to be. So, yeah, your heart's in the middle, and where true north is, in the middle of your chest, in between your soul, your human heart, and the solar plexus. You know. So find your dot, find your spark, but you have to go real far in the deep dark, right? Deep is the abyss. So, and you're not alone. You're never alone. And I have my visitor dot. My daughter came to visit, so now I'm gonna say ciao, bellas, and thank you so much. And please subscribe, and love you, Soul Tribe.